Haven't done videos in a while, guys. I haven't talked about Star Wars in a while, so let's recap Rebels here on the Will West Show on Will of the Force.
Knock, knock, open up the door.
It's Will! So a while ago, I was going to recap Rebels Season 1 and 2 and maybe like continuously do a Star Wars show, but I just kept getting busy with work, etc., and just wasn't in the cards, guys. But now with Rebels Season 3 about to kick off, I figured it's the perfect time to recap Seasons 1 and 2 of Rebels, so here we go. When Rebels came out, I wasn't crazy about going to check this thing out. I was a little bit butthurt that Clone Wars got canceled, so when I finished that, I'm going, I don't want to watch anything else Star Wars related, and it looked like there was no one from the original cast or like nothing that would connect to the Clone Wars or the original trilogy besides the Rebels, of course, for me to watch. I figured, I'll catch and binge on it later. Then I heard some stuff towards the finale. I hear, spoilers, guys, straight up spoilers. Eventually, this does connect with a lot of the Rebels and a lot of the formation of the Rebel Alliance. We get some Bail Organa and the droids for an episode. Lando shows up. Vader. Can we just talk about Vader? Like that tease at the finale. We have these Force users called the Inquisitors. Like they are Vader's like little henchmen, and the Emperor's guys. Like they go get new Force users or try to help eradicate the Jedi. That's a cool concept and idea. But then when the Grand Inquisitor fails and Vader comes on the scene, holy crap, the Rebels are in trouble. Let's talk about the cast straight up. Kanan Jarrus, played by Freddie Prinze Jr., is awesome. He's like a combination of like Luke and Han, or maybe a more jaded Luke, and he took like the Han route. I read up some of his comic, Kanan the Last Padawan. I totally recommend that if you want some more backstory on him to enjoy him. Just you get to see him from Order 66 up till now, and he is a dope character, and he goes through a lot of cool changes. I just love that character. Kind of the hairless Chewie of the bunch. He's a smartass. He's like the lovable guy, almost like the Jane of the crew. He's the muscle, but he's got a heart of gold, and he will definitely, if someone messed with his family, he'll definitely mess them up. We got Sabine, I believe, is that how you pronounce it? She's the Mandalorian of the group, and she does like the whole Rebel Alliance art, and that's a cool concept. And it looks like every season she's going to change her hair, so she's almost like Ramona Flowers in that sense. We got Hera. She is the daughter of Cham Syndulla. I believe that's the name. Star Wars fans, don't kill me. I'm a Star Wars fan, and I love that character from what I've read of him in Lords of the Sith, so it's a cool way to have a connection to that book. We also have Chopper. He's like the smart-ass R2-D2 of the group. And then we got some like just other random players. On the Empire side, we got General Kallus. He's probably like my favorite of the villains that we get to see a little bit. But enough about the characters. Let's just dive into some episodes, some highlights of the show. Like I said, wasn't looking to watch the show, but I think it was about halfway through, or maybe the show had ended. ABC decided to show the extended cut, or like the premiere with a few extra scenes that were added back in, like one of Darth Vader talking to the Inquisitor, or I think the holocron with Obi-Wan. I believe those are both in there, but if not, holy crap, that was cool. I was like, if there's more of this in there, I want to watch the show. So I binged the show. First season, I'll say, is okay. The stuff with the Inquisitor and Kanan is pretty good. Ezra reminds me a lot of Aladdin, unfortunately, because he's a street rat. He works for a rebel cause. He has like that little like base on what's it called, Lothal. So he reminds me a lot of Aladdin. He's just missing a little monkey pal, and he's really into Sabine. So it's just kind of going like I get it, it's Disney, but it's crazy. Season 1 didn't really win me over until like the last 3 or 4 episodes with the whole trying to save Kanan and the fight of the Inquisitor. Stuff like that, and then Fulcrum, because they kept mentioning this character, Fulcrum. Who is Fulcrum? What is Fulcrum? What's going on here? I thought for the longest time, my theory was going to be that it was Obi-Wan or Princess Leia or something of that sort. Nope, it's Ahsoka. She's from Clone Wars, if you guys don't know, and they make her so much cooler in this. Not that I disliked her in Clone Wars, but if you guys were around when Clone Wars started, she did not get the warmest reception, and then up until like the end or like the 3rd or 4th season, when she grew up a little bit, like we started liking her, and then the Jedi Order was like, nope, you've been friend for this, and she doesn't want to be part of the Jedi Order anymore. So there's a lot of cool stuff, and I almost want to know what happened in between that time from Clone Wars to now. That would be a cool comic. I think they're releasing a book about that. I can't wait to read and check that out. But let's talk about my favorite season so far, season 2. I will say, even though this is my favorite season, this is a bit longer. There's a little bit more filler in here. But right off the bat, the Siege of Lothal. holy crap, Darth Vader in his prime. I know I'm supposed to be rooting for the Rebels, but they stood no chance. Ezra and Kanan get their asses handed to them by Vader. Like, he's just toying with them. I believe there was the one part where Vader's like fighting him and just toying with him, going like, "Oh, your master thinks you could be a Jedi. Like, you've been deceived." Like, and he's about to kill him or something like that. I'm going like, "Holy crap! Like, Vader, craziness." It's almost this episode was almost like the Empire Strikes Back of the show. I think there's going to be even more darker turns, but after that we get Captain Rex and his clone troopers on one of those old AT-ATs, where like they were just like been camping out and chilling. And Kanan obviously has some reservations about working with them because of what happened during Order 66. And these were some of the few good troops that got their obedience chips taken out of them, so they could actually obey their masters and not kill them. And just, I like that they're button heads, and then they eventually start liking each other. Shortly after that, we get to meet the new Inquisitors, the fifth brother and the seventh sister, played awesomely by Sarah Michelle Gellar. She's the seventh sister. I don't know who the fifth brother is, unfortunately, but they are a nice foil as well. Like, to be Vader's muscle, going, hey, like, because the Emperor puts them in charge. He's going like, oh, hey, if Ahsoka's still alive, like, you can't fight. Like, we got to send these guys out there to make sure this is get some filler. There's some space whales. There's an episode where Callus and Zeb get stuck on a planet together, and they actually get to like bond a little bit, and we get to see like the dynamics. Like, they're actually both cool guys and both good warriors. But when Callus goes back to the Empire, like, there's not a warm reception. But when Zeb gets like picked up by his rebel friends, they're like, oh, like, Zeb, we love you. Oh, we're so glad you're alive. And like just kind of give Callus a look like, yeah, no, like, you're Empire. We can't be associated with you. So maybe Callus will eventually become a good guy. I hope so, because that'd be like that would make me like him even more. What else? After a while, Ahsoka does some meditation and finds out, like, for sure in her mind that Darth Vader is in fact Anakin Skywalker. They go to a Jedi temple to meet with Yoda. Yoda's not there, but they all like gather and are like doing like the Force thing and closing their eyes and relaxing. They all have different visions. Kanan gets dubbed a Jedi Knight or Jedi Master by the Grand Inquisitor, and like almost sends him a little foreshadowing to his future. Ezra kind of sees some darkness that might be coming his way, and Ahsoka like for sure sees what Anakin has become. And it's just cool to see Yoda in this too for a hot second. Other characters that show up, Pondo. I was not the craziest fan of his in Clone Wars, but he's actually semi-tolerable in Rebels. The episode he shows up in, I feel it was like a complete waste. Like, oh, hey, little Ezra. Oh, Bridger. You're my favorite. Like, they're just being like bandits or whatever. I'm just going like, what's this doing here? Like, I want more Jedi stuff. If we don't get more Jedi stuff, give us more Sabine stuff. I want to expand these characters. There was also a kind of controversial episode with Cham Syndulla. All of his troops turn on him at the end of an episode, and they start listening to Hera, which, if you read Lords of the Sith, you know, like, that's like a no. Like, his troops would not turn on him. But like, it's a Disney show, so they're doing their thing. They're going to switch things up. So I hope like there wasn't like too much headbutting when the canon was being discussed. But now let's talk about the finale, because I've been rambling. It's been a while since I've watched season 2, but like the parts that like stuck out to me, like I got to talk about them, and I think I brought them up pretty vividly. So let's talk about the finale. Okay, so let's talk about the finale. The Rebels get a new base or whatever, and Kanan, Ahsoka, and Ezra need to go get this Sith hologram to figure out some new tricks and whatnot. And they all get separated. Ezra comes across Darth Maul, baby, but he goes like, "Oh, you can call me old master." We get to see a crossguard lightsaber in this temple. Like, there was stuff, a lot of old Republic foreshadowing and stuff. The fifth brother and the seventh sister and this new eighth Inquisitor show up to fight, and eighth brother dies, and the others get pretty messed up. There's all kinds of cool lightsaber fights in this too. Like, Darth Maul like joins Kanan and Ahsoka's side for a hot minute, like, and then they all fight each other at one point. And at some point, Vader gets contacted, and we finally get to see a showdown we've wanted to see, Ahsoka and Vader, and it's pretty awesome. I'm not gonna lie, like, I before I watched the finale, it was in my recommended videos, like, Ahsoka versus Vader. I'm going, that's not real, that can't be real. Is it real? Holy crap, it's real! I clicked on it and watched that. I was like, I got emotional just watching that without watching the rest of the episode. And then after watching the episodes to that, I was like, oh my god, like, there's even like some heartfelt moments, even like with Ahsoka, like knocks off part of Vader's mask. Like she's like, "Hey, like I'm not leaving you this time, Master. Like I'm gonna stay with you like till the end here." Like when they're fighting, and the temple like explodes. Ahsoka's probably gonna be in exile or maybe even a Force ghost. We don't know. Vader's obviously pretty messed up from this fight. We're probably not gonna see him for a bit, but as we all know, Thrawn's coming, guys. So I'm really excited for that. I want to see what they do with Thrawn, and Thrawn's almost going to be more of an opposing threat than Vader. I almost wonder if he survives this. If he doesn't, okay, that's fine. But I think Filoni's just got a lot of goodwill by bringing him in, and it would be cool if Pablo Hidalgo and like the whole canon team found some way to keep Thrawn, and maybe we get spin-off movies about him. I'm not sure. Some other stuff. Darth Maul is definitely going to be a big presence in this season. This almost seems kind of familiar. It's almost like it's taking the cliff notes from Clone Wars about bringing Darth Maul into play. Yeah. Looks like Ezra's going to be a bit darker. He's got a shorter haircut and looks like he's, along with going through puberty / learning stuff in that Sith hologram, looks like he's going to be a bit more angry, playing with his emotions and stuff. So I don't know, guys. I don't know what to expect a lot from season 3. I watched the trailer, the first trailer that came out during Celebration, and I have not watched anything else. So I'm trying to go in fresh, and I hope it's good, guys. So that's about it for me, guys. What was your favorite highlight from Star Wars Rebels Seasons 1 or 2? What are you looking forward to in Season 3? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, guys, when there's a will, there's a way, and may the Force be with you.